This is the Vortex Generator I installed on my Mercedes 2007. I will describe to you the details of what I've done and the data that I've gathered. This is Miguel Borromeo. On May 16, I've taken these logs, these 3 logs from my vehicle, and I decided to install the Vortex Generator thereafter. Now, if you noticed, I collected these logs with a 761 degree temperature, ambient temperature, and there was a headwind of 9 miles per hour. The cruise control was set at 70 miles per hour. On the same trip, I noticed that as I decreased speed, the miles per gallon increased to about 32 miles per gallon average. Later that day, I installed the Vortex Generator on the roof of the Mercedes, and immediately after that I drove back about 25 miles back home, and this was the result, an average increase to 33.5 miles per gallon, which was insignificant, but I thought it was because of the tailwind, which is again at 9 miles per hour. This was collected on May 16. On the same day the first logs were collected. On Monday, May 17, I drove to work. Again, light traffic. This time, the average mile per gallon jumped to 34 and to 35 miles per gallon. Now, again, this is the freeway. So, cruise control was set at 70 miles per hour. Now, the following morning, on day 3, this time I left a little bit earlier, and we had moderate traffic, and I was expecting the mileage to drop, but it still shows significant increase compared to day 0. Now, on the 3rd day, I had a longer trip home. This was this was the first log that I took on my way home, and as you can see, there's some traffic, some heavy traffic, so the instant mile per gallon jumps up and down, but still, in spite of that, I got a good number of average mile per gallon. On 4 of the bars show like more than 40 miles per gallon average. This is every 5 minutes, and only 2 of them show less than 40 miles per gallon, which is still good. Now, the increase in miles per gallon was also due to slow traffic. Because it's generally inconclusive, because the faster you go, the worse the worse mileage you get. On day 5, I had a longer trip. This time I traveled like 35 miles home at around 8 p.m. or almost close to 9 p.m. And in this particular case, there was absolutely no traffic, so I was able to get the best numbers. I could get 38 to 48 miles per gallon for the last 25 minutes. You can see here the red bars. So this is the highest, 37.5 average. Now, for the past 10 days, I've been logging, but not as much. But I collected the data again just to show what it looked like after 10 days, and it's been hotter now compared to the first few days that I started collecting data. It's now 68 degrees. I'm sorry, it's now 80 degrees outside. It's a Memorial Day weekend here in Ohio. So if you notice, my fuel level is now down to 20%, which is about 1/4. My indicator shows 1/4, and I have a range of about 197 miles left. Now, based on previous experience, 1/4 would bring me about 100 miles before the amber light shows up. So it's a good indication of when my next fill up will be. Now, for the some things to expect. All the slides I've shown you was more than 70 miles per hour because it doesn't make sense to test less than highway speeds. But just to give you an example, this particular slide was taken at less than 60 miles per hour, and you'll show that the miles per gallon is only at about 20 and 30 to 40 as my average speed increased, and my miles per gallon was still low at this slide. Now, what's my previous consumption before I did all these changes? I used to get like 25 miles per gallon on average, 50% city and highway on my normal commute, which is about 95% of the use of this vehicle. But on long trips, I get higher mileage, like 27 to 28, depending on what speed I do on average. The worst is during winter, which only gets about 24 miles per gallon. The most efficient speed is 55 miles per hour. At that rate, you'll probably get around 28, 29. I never really drove 55 miles per hour on end. It doesn't seem practical, but yeah, I do get better miles per gallon at 55. I hopefully in the next few weeks I'd be able to get a long trip and get longer distances or prolonged highway speeds to get my accurate highway miles per gallon, because I think if the aerodynamics significantly changed. So wait for the updates. Thank you.